Hi, welcome back to another video. I was recently very fortunate to be able to attend the World Internet Conference Nishan Dialogue on Digital Civilization. And while I was there, I got the opportunity, I was really honoured, I got the opportunity to have a sit down and a short interview with the geopolitical professor张维为. Now, I wasn't prepared for it. So it was recorded on mobile phones by a number of other people who were listening. So apologise for the quality, but I hope you really enjoy the interview. So here goes. What do you think about the situation with regards to cooperation over artificial intelligence? Right now, China and America are not getting along too well politically, but I see that from the private sector, things are going quite well, you know. True, so there's this big disconnect between the political and the business angle. I just wonder if you think there can be cooperation, because it's very important that the whole world cooperates on AI for regulation and so forth. I'm just wondering what your views are on that.
Definitely, I think Sino-US cooperation in the field of AI is very much needed. And I think on the part of Chinese, we have no difficulty, but mainly on the part of the United States. And the US, at least in the political circles, there are people and voices who consider China as a major systemic danger and threat to the United States. As you mentioned, for the business people, you see Bill Gates, Elon Musk, etc. They are all in China, and they talk about Sino-US cooperation. I think even in the field of AI, I think they would agree to that. Obviously, there is at least China is a huge or the largest market for whatever internet, whatever, and even for AI, you need data, you need tech, whatever. So as a result, I think this even in the interest of the United States, there should be some cooperation. Yet it seems you have to go through a certain stage of since we have to get worse before they get better.
Yes. And do you think things will get worse before they'll get better?
Most probably it will get worse a bit. Because I already read the report. Some people said let's have a conference in London or somewhere to discuss rules. Before the Chinese have their rules, we should first follow our rules.
Yeah, this is so crazy. Really, it needs all countries to speak together. And there's this interesting. I watched the CEO of OpenAI give his evidence to Congress, and he suggested that it should be put to a body like the United Nations. Would you favour that?
Yeah, I think there should be some international institutions, and what we use the term what's called interstate democracy. Now we need to have democratic consultations between different states, especially between major powers like China and United States. And we should work out and produce rules and ethical standards, whatever, not only on behalf of our own two countries, but also other peoples, people of developing countries, people of other countries. We need to have certain norms and rules, otherwise you could really become nasty and risky.
Yes, yes. And this is just slightly diverting off the subject of AI now, but it's more about politics, which I know is your speciality. Under the Trump administration, my feeling was China sort of could read Trump much more than they can Biden. And it's looking highly likely that it will be another runoff between Biden and Trump again in this coming election. Do you think the authorities in China would be happier it's probably a leading question, but do you think they would be more comfortable with Trump in power than Biden?
Let's wait and see. For Chinese, for me myself, it's a lot of fun to look at the whatever the dramas of the U.S. politics and the White House. So it's a shame in a way. I think as American people also don't feel very good about their politics.
Yeah.
So this is something miserable. And I told Professor Fukuyama in the year 2011 when we had a debate on the Chinese model and the American model, I cautioned him. I said both our two countries need political reforms, but maybe the United States needs more political reforms.
I think so too.
Because your system was invented over 200 years ago. It's a pre-industrial society. You need to update the system. So in the case of China, we talk about reform. Every day for over the past 4 decades and more. So China is indeed making tremendous progress.
I often mention in some of the videos I produce that I feel, after spending a long time in China, that China is potentially more democratic than the Western countries, because I believe here the government listens to the people, whereas that's not really the case in Western countries. And I'd like to thank you for your time this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Very much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have a good evening.